Honestly, like I always knew I was kind of good, but 10U is probably when it started like to click that, dang, I'm really good. I got a lot of guys looking up to me, like I went viral for this one clip. What's keeping me motivated right now is just looking back at my younger self and like my younger days, like being overlooked my whole life, being doubted, you know. Like I never was the biggest kid, I never was the most hyped up kid, and I always just had to grind. Like I came from the mud, honestly, just being honest.
Hey guys, welcome. Before we start, we always like to start off the show with a quick prayer. So if y'all don't mind, bow your heads, let's pray before we kick this episode. Dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity to be joined by two great athletes. One, Deuce Alexander, J Money, Justin Murphy. Thank you for letting them make it here safely. Their parents for believing in us, believing in the communication of things we do. I ask that you make it back home safely, Lord God. I ask that you bless everything that touches them, that surrounds them, and everything they got that's going on in their future. So in your name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, fellas, now that we got that out the way, welcome back to another episode of Sports Told by You. As I said in the prayer, we're joined by two amazing special guests today. My first one who's going to be leading us in the post today is he's our going to be a resident guest here. I have his own show pretty soon. J Money and Justin Murphy. Jay, what's up, man? How you doing today? I'm blessed, man. I called you in the last minute because I thought this was a cool opportunity for you to continue working on your craft. And
appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. So I'm glad you was able to make it. And then we got our honored guest today, the man, Hilton Deuce Alexander II. Deuce, what's up, baby? Good to see you, man.
No, appreciate you for having me.
Man, appreciate having you. So, Deuce, as you know, I won't even say guest, you're like family, right? We've been knowing each other for a long time. I always look at that picture of you and DJ in the buggy when y'all was smaller and your mom and his mom worked together. So thank you for being here, man. Lots of stuff to talk about today. You got a lot going on right now, man. A lot of motion, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things happening. So, but as I told you before we came on set, Deuce, I'm looking forward to what this show's about. And it's about public speaking, communication, teaching young athletes like J Money, not Jay Young, you kidding, no Jay, but athletes like him, the importance of public speaking while doing it in a fun, cool manner like this is right here. So we're looking to learn from you, Deuce, learn about you, find some things that maybe the world doesn't know, and just hopefully the next generation, those kids in your father's program, can learn from the things you've been through so far. So Jay, you ready to kick it?
Yes, sir.
All right, before we start, the one last thing, we got to thank our sponsors, Positivity Water, and all your local retailers, Walmart, Amazon. Make sure you stop by and get some of that Positivity Water. If y'all get thirsty, make sure y'all crack the Positivity Water. So we thank our sponsors. Other than that, Jay, I'm gonna pass it over to you. Jay, anything you're looking to uncover today with Mr. Alexander here? Anything you're looking to find out?
Everything.
All right, so I'm gonna kick to you. Remember, an interview is nothing more than a conversation amongst friends. So I'm gonna pass it to you, brother. Kickstart us off.
Yo, what's going on? Justin J Money back. I'm gonna ask a few questions for Deuce Alexander. I've been on him for a good long time, man. Last time, dig a little deeper and just get to know him.
Absolutely, let's kick it.
So what inspired you to start playing football?
Just my father, and then just growing up knowing that he played at the college NFL level, like levels I want to get to, and like him just growing up, like molding me to becoming the guy I am today. So he really just motivated me to play football.
Love it. Obviously, we'll talk about your dad later in the segment, but a friend of mine, a friend of the community, right? I always tell people, right, the things he's done in the community, but definitely a great inspiration. Let's talk about this before I pass it back to Justin. Let's talk about those young days, right? I think you guys started out on one of the best teams in Atlanta. What was that team called? The Ducks, right?
Right. It started Atlanta Vikings.
It was the Vikings first, right?
Yes,
so talk about those early days. Who'd you play with? Some of your early inspirations, some of your competitors. You talk about those days, the Vikings days.
All right, we actually started when I was 4 years old, and it was an A team and a B team. And like the A team, they took all the like bigger, more developed kids, and B team, they left guys like me, my guy Tashawn, guys like that. And then, so we just molded. My dad, he decided to coach us, so we all came up together, and it was just hard. Like the grind, he grinded us all the way up, like playing bigger competition because he knew like we was a B team, and everybody was like, oh, ain't nothing. They was all worried about the A team. We ended up coming out on top. So it just,
Wow.
grind.
So was meant they took all the great kids and kind of turned out for y'all.
Yeah.
But again, they was able to grind, right? Because probably you go with A team and that look is probably a little different for you guys. So kudos to that. So y'all finished with the Ducks, and then I think there was a trend. I mean, the Vikings, and I think there was at 4 years old, there's a transition that happened because you started football pretty young as well, if I remember.
I was
4 as well.
Yes, sir. At Old National Night.
Old National Nights. We'll talk about that too. So y'all finished the Vikings, right? And I think at some point there's a transition to the Ducks. Can you talk about that a little bit? Same group or just?
It was the same team, it was just a different name, honestly. Like we changed 3 times actually. We went from the Vikings to the Ducks to the Bulldogs our last year. But it was just the same team, same organization, just changed the scenery around.
Change the scenery around. Now, when y'all become the Dogs, when y'all become the Bulldogs, that's really what it still is today. I was talking to your dad. I think it's probably what I know about Atlanta sports. It's probably the longest tenured youth football program around. That's still standing anyway, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean playing for the ABA Bulldogs and that experience now? You guys are older. I'm sure at that point you're 10, 9, 11. How has that experience been now? What do you?
It really just means a lot now knowing that we kind of set the foundation for what it is today. Like it's a bigger program, like it's way bigger than what it used to be. It was honestly just us. Nobody really knew about like our younger age group. It was really just us. And then we just set the mold for younger guys to come up in that organization. And now like all of us are playing college football, multiple guys, Power 5, FCS level. So just feel great knowing that that's how we said it.
And on that team, who was on that team with? I always see the pictures of you. I think you said Tayshawn.
Tayshawn White, he played for UNC. KJ Bolden in Georgia. Zion Ferguson, UNC. Justice Savage, Jackson State. Who else? Big Gee, played for Alabama. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's hard to name them all.
Right. It was
a lot more.
A lot of talent.
Dave Crawford, Auburn. Yeah, we had a squad.
And all you guys are doing well now, right? Get to see all those. I used to tell you that, man. He's gonna have a catalog when he's finished between the kids he's trained and the kids that he's coached. So amazing on it, all right? So we talk about you things. What else you got, Justin? What's your next one?
We need to realize I got this. Like I need to take it serious. Like in that moment, I remember, I was young. I remember seeing you on YouTube, Sports Club, D1 Specs, Deuce Alexander. Like, we need you to know, like I gotta take it serious.
Honestly, like I always knew I was kind of good, but 10U was probably when it started, like to click that. Hey, I'm really like I'm good. I got a lot of guys looking up to me. It's like I went viral for this one clip, and then it just set off from there. So I'm like, okay, let me lock in. I started working out a lot more. I wanted to be the best. So that's really when I found out, like, okay, yeah, I can take this serious. I can do something with this.
I remember the viral clip. I remember because you talk about what was that clip? What was that play? Because I used to love y'all were all y'all kids were some of the best dressed. I mean, we came towels, swag, staggered up. Like y'all were the trendsetters of looking good. Like, remind me that clip though. What was it that went viral?
It was actually, I think I remember the play call. It was like dual left, a jet right, something like that. Just a jet sweep, got to the outside, made the first guy miss, and the second guy came, made a quick little move, made him slide on his knees. Everybody went crazy after that clip, went viral, all types of vine stuff. I honestly still see it today on TikToks and stuff. So, yeah.
We got to make sure we play that one. So awesome moment going viral. All right, you good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Go to the next one.
How do you stay motivated, like, at this position, like, right now? Like, what is keeping you, like, motivated?
What's keeping me motivated right now is just looking back at my younger self and, like, my younger days, like, being overlooked my whole life, being doubted, Like, I never was the biggest kid. I never was the most hyped up kid. And I always just had to grind. Like, I came from the mud, honestly, and just being honest. So that really just motivates me today, just looking back at myself.
Yeah, I remember, seeing, again, because I've seen you grow up, right? And seeing some of your friends and you being the small, even that viral moment you're talking about. You were small, right? You was a little peak. Running around, right? The towel and the helmet. I remember seeing the towel being, excuse my language, at your calf. You know what I'm saying? But you were running, but let's talk about that though, because I want to dig into that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deuce, I think we talked about it. There are so many kids that are going to face that right now. I got one upstairs that's undersized, smaller, probably isn't getting what he deserves. What was that like during that moment, right? When you see other kids growing faster than you seeing other kids being, like just asked, what motive, if you can remember back at that time, what kept you going back in those days?
I never wanted to. My bad. I never wanted to compare my path to anybody else's. Like, it was a lot of guys around me, my teammates, guys I grew up with. I was just getting offers and stuff. I just kept my head down and kept working. I remember my freshman year in high school, I was like 5'3", 120 pounds.
Wow.
No exaggeration. And then I'm just working. I see guys older, bigger, getting offers and stuff. I just kept working. My dad told me, just keep your head down. Don't give up. Stay motivated. Like, it was a hard time for me in my life. Coming to high school, and then I finally grew a little bit in 11th grade, had a good year, but I still wasn't getting the recognition. And then 12th grade is honestly when it started kicking off for me. So I just had to keep working, keep grinding, keep my head down.
Yeah, I think, Justin, that's it, right? I mean,
Right.
and so many people, right? All us talking, right? Both of you guys are amazing athletes, but so many people's going to miss that part, or they shouldn't. The work that it takes, the staying down, because ain't nobody, even though you was on the side, nobody was coming to give you anything, right?
Yeah.
At the next level, you have to work for it. So anybody out there listening, make sure you hear what Deuce said. You have to keep working, because if not, it won't be no good for you.
And nothing's gonna be handed to you.
Nothing's going to be handed to you. Nothing.
That's right.
On you, Jay.
What's the biggest lesson football has taught you overcoming obstacles?
The biggest lesson.
It could be
Kind of what I just said on the last question, like just don't compare your path to anybody else. I see guys doing it a lot. I hear guys talking about it a lot. Just like even in the locker rooms, like just hearing guys comparing, like no, I'm better than him. Nah, he don't deserve that. I deserve this. Like you do that, like you never gonna progress. You're gonna stay where you are, just at the bottom, just talking. So that's what I do.
I love that. I think, and again, even for me, Deuce, right? I said I was a pretty good football player in my time, and I often tell a lot of y'all kids come in, I tell them, I think here in Georgia, I always say this. I think Justin, we're spoiled, right? Because there's a lot of talent. This is like a mecca for football. There's so many. You can walk around anywhere and hit a guy like, not that you can't hit the talent of a Justin Murphy, but we see a lot of great kids, y'all. It's a lot of kids going to school, right? But I think so many kids, there are a lot of that aren't. And like you said, comparing their path, that's still at that level in the Wake Forest locker room, just in wherever locker room, there are kids still comparing the path and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty, for me, that's profound. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stop. It happens in high school, it happens at the youth level, but at the next level, people are still comparing other paths and questioning each other and stuff like that. So something to think about just when you move up that way.
Yes. If you can go back, what advice would you give your 14 or 15-year-old self?
14, 15, what was that, like sophomore year? Let's see.
I know you're talking about like obstacles, not comparing, like.
Just keep going forward. Believe in the work. Believe in everything. Like guys around you. Use your resources. That's what I say.
Tell me a little more about that. What do you mean by that?
My dad, he's a big trainer. He trains a lot of older guys, professional guys, Muhammad Sanu, Tristan Jackson, guys like that. Like I feel like I was close to them, but I never spoke to them, never like really asked them questions. I feel like if I would have just heard them tell me things and like listen to their path, they kind of went through the same thing I did. Like I'd be better off. Like I'd been better off moving forward, like knowing like it's coming. Like just be patient. That's why I get my inner self. Just be patient.
I love that. I was going. You brought it up, so I'll touch on it now. What was it like, right, Deuce? I'm a big fan of yours, right? Just from me and your dad always exchanging chats during the game day and stuff like that. I'm a student of football. Like I love details, right? I always tell you that. I call you Baby Jerry Rice. Now that's a hell of one of the greatest receivers, if not the greatest receiver. But I love the way you do things in details. And a lot of you just watched the catch, but there's a lot more that went into that catch. What did using those resources? Like I used to always see the clips of working with Muhammad Sanu and NFL at that age. What was that experience like working with? I think he called me Big Brother. Working with Muhammad.
My dad tell me a lot. Like just guys I've been around, just pick their brain. Like just being around Muhammad Sanu, seeing the way he trains, seeing the things he say, the way he treats his body, the way he treats himself, just seeing all that. That really just helps me. Like he like treats himself like a pro. He tell me now like I'm a pro. Treat yourself like a pro. Stop putting bad stuff in your body. Don't be afraid to ice on like cold things. He used to get on me about that. He's made me get in those. Just things like that. Just believe in the preparation. You gotta treat yourself like a pro.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, treat yourself like a pro because a lot of times just people I want to get there and then I want to start acting that way. Right, we got to do it now, right? And that's for you, right? Like I said, you're in that phase now, right, of becoming a pro. So start acting like it now. I'm sure you already do. That used to be pretty cool seeing y'all working together in the backyard, catching all those passes and stuff like that. And your dad I just saw a clip of it recently of you. It was a picture of him running a quick release, and then you ran the same one. So it was pretty cool watching that.
How does it feel, going from your dad coaching you to going to Wake Forest and your dad, coming to the games early, speaking to you? How does it feel?
It was like kind of a big transition because my dad, he coached me my whole life, so I just had to get used to other guys giving me advice and stuff. Sometimes I'd be like, I feel like You don't know what you're talking about. My dad said something different, but I can't do that. Like, my dad not gonna be there coaching me my whole life. I gotta get used to everybody else. So I just had to like believe in what the other guys around me were saying, or just like get around guys I know that was telling me things that I could use, not just like guys that tell me information that I already know, or not sound cocky or anything, but like just telling me things I don't need to hear. Like I've been learning my whole life. Not saying nobody can teach me anything. I can always learn, but just learning from other guys, and then him being there every game. Before the game, speaking to me, that just motivates me for sure.
Rituals. I know you got handshakes, different things like that. What's your ritual now? Or give me if there's any you just doing your own pregame. I watched you run that week for us. You sprint all the way down. You're gonna say your prayer. But what are some ritual things maybe we don't see that helps you get prepared for a game that you've been doing for a long time?
Before the game, I actually have my own routine. That thing I tell you young guys, like build yourself a routine. So like Fridays, I get needling in my hip, groin, like hamstring area before every game. And then at the hotel, get you a good meal, study the playbook, learn the plays, test yourself. And on game day before, I go out by myself, do my own little pregame warm up, get going, pray, call my dad on the phone, call whoever on the phone if he's not there yet. Me and my mom actually have a pregame ritual. We had something called a deacon walk. She was there for every deacon walk. Yep. So that was another ritual. And then my dad, he always walked down the stands before every game. We'd talk, motivate me, tell me, can't nobody on the field mess with me, act like I'm the best, be the best, and just do what I do.
Love it. You want to add anything, Justin?
That's nice. That's nice.
You said something else that I want to touch on, Deuce. Because everything's about a jump now, right? Even for Justin. What was the jump like from high school to college? You mentioned the playbook. Is the calling right? You mentioned it because I don't want to miss I know, but I don't want people to miss the studying and just that different level of preparation. How was the jump? But you come from an offensive coordinator's mind, so you're used to the playbook. But what was the jump like from high school to college?
The jump was like from high school, like you was the guy, like you knew every play, like it was easy. You can just be like, nah, forget that play. I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. Nah, it's not that case in college. College is like a whole new playbook. And wait for it, honestly, like they say everybody compares to NFL playbook, but they say it's even harder than that.
Wow.
So just been having to lock in on that, just learning the things. It was honestly, it was just bad. It was hard. I thought I was gonna come in, get it, know it, be clicking automatically. But in the spring, I honestly struggled in the spring with the playbook because I just didn't think like it was gonna be this hard. I'm thinking I'm just gonna, easy, adjust fast. And I learned, I said, oh no, it's not that easy. So in the summer, fall camp, like I locked in on that, and then I kind of knew 100% of it by the season.
So what does it take? Like, is it studying like after practice, and staying after with the receiver? Like, what is watching film? Like, what is it? What's the practical application to learning that play?
I got with my quarterback a lot because he's the guy that runs the show. Mm-hmm. Him. After every practice, I go with my coach. We'll walk through some plays or just jog through the plays, and so I can learn it. Like you got to show them that you want to learn it. Mm. That's a big thing. Meeting with him every day, meeting with him every weekend before the games, like pregame. Like you gotta live football.
That's pretty much that. Yeah. I was going to ask one more for Justin though, because I love this transition, right? Because a lot of people the transition. What's it like being on your own now? There's nobody waking you up to just the rigorous of a schedule. 5 a.m. workout, whatever time y'all work out, breakfast throughout, especially doing spring and summer. Like, what is that like? Walk me through your schedule on a day for somebody who might not know what a Power 5 schedule looks like.
Yeah, like you said, nobody gonna be there to tell you what to do, tell you to get up, tell you how to do this and that. You really on your own, so you gotta adjust. Schedule. Whew. It was like wake up at like 5:50. Then we got breakfast. Treatments, you got meetings around 7, special team meeting around 9, then we'll go practice around 10, and at 12, you got class right at the guys had class at 12:30, 1. So like it's a big transition, get used to it. Like if you think your schedule's bad now, you ain't been to college yet, you ain't seen anything yet, I promise you.
Because it's business, right? Those people are getting paid to make y'all the best version of yourself so they can win too. What do you think, Justin? You ready for that?
I say yeah, but I don't know when I get there. You never know.
So to Deuce's point, we got to start acting like a pro already, right? Mm-hmm. You should be getting up at 5. You should be, y'all know each other, right? And what do you do? Give me secrets. He's a resource now. It's funny, Deuce, how time changed, right? Just a few years ago.
I was speaking to my ear.
Right. And now you're the mentor now. So you got one that's literally doing it at a high level.
Right.
So big jump with the coaches. What was it also just because this is cool to me to understand it. Now you get that, Deuce, you're not the man. You're not playing as much. We're going to roll into that clip here in a second. But what was that like? Some of the early struggles of sitting on the bench, being put on special teams, which you do well. Because I want to talk about that. I think so many people miss.
Special teams are that's a very.
For all of us, right? Deuce, just like I said, there's a lot of guys that make it to the NFL, and they claim the fame might only be special teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you do what you can to survive at the next level. So what was it like? What was those emotions like when you get there and, hey, nah, sit on the side, you ain't playing right now?
Yeah, went from being a guy, everybody knowing me. I promise you, like, a lot of guys think those stars matter, but when you get to college, all that, like, it's a reset. It's a big reset button. So I came in, like, guys in front of me, they're like, all right, we're going to learn from them. You're going to be on special team. If you want to get on field, you basically got to be on special team. And I didn't really embrace that my first year. I'm like, nah, forget that. I can play receive. I can play in front of them. So just sitting back, just watching, that was kind of like hurt me. Because, you know, I went from being a guy to now I'm like a reserve, barely a reserve. And then, like, my next year, just embracing special teams, they honestly got me on the field more on offense. They can trust me on the field, on special teams. They see I'm fighting out there. And like, okay, we can trust this guy some more, move him in there. So, yeah, special teams is big.
Yeah, I think for all the younger guys, you heard that, right? They want to trust you. They want to know you all in, number one. But that may be it, right? I gotta find a way to get on the field and because that led to getting more trust. So I love that. I'm sort of like you, Justin.
What were things like you had to sacrifice, like at the beginning, of like your freshman year all the way up to college?
Freshman year of high school?
Yeah, high school.
My time, like a lot of guys, I don't, like, honestly, if you know me, like, you know, I don't go out, I don't kick it. Like, I just work, like, I grind. Like, I'm always on my grind. That's the thing you got to give up. Like, a lot of guys think you can have fun on the way you can, but your time is money. And money is time. So,
Right.
you know, so, like, you want to make money, you got to sacrifice your time. So that's the thing I had to sacrifice.
What's,
most valuable resource I always tell people to now, when I talk to people, for me, I tell people I teach public speaking and stuff like that. I tell people I'm not charging you for the public speaking. I'm charging you for my most valuable resource. I can't get time back. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So I love that. I don't know if you thought about what you want to ask on that time piece.
How much, like, you need time? How good your time management need to be, like, going from, like, senior in high school to a freshman to college? Like, how good does it need to be?
High school, like, I honestly get used to it now. Like, the schedule's not that bad. Like, you just got class and then practice right after or a game, whatever the day it is in high school. But college, you literally, like, it's football all year round. And then, like, morning to night, all football. So, like, just time management, like, just getting your schedule down packed right now, like, just learning right now is just big, for sure.
And Deuce, I want to go back because I remember you had this past year, you had some very good special team plays. You know, I just seen a couple of them. What was those moments like when you make those special teams plays and change the momentum of the game? A lot of times, I mean, the crowd, I went crazy sitting on the couch at home. You know what I'm saying? So, what was it like for you being a gunner, getting down the field, and making those special teams plays?
It's honestly a big surprise to me because I ain't like the tackle. They told me you're gonna be a gunner. Like, I'm just trying to get there fast enough to make a fair catch every time. But I had to make a couple tackles. I made like six tackles on the season. But just like hearing the crowd or setting the tone to a game, like my coach said in the locker room, somebody set the tone, no matter if it's special teams, offense, or defense. And I always try to set that tone because I wouldn't start on offense. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a play on defense. I mean, on special teams, man. So just setting the tone, hearing the crowd, piping everybody up, that's a big feeling.
I want to ask you too on this, and this you definitely need to get this one, just the speed of the game.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. When I met y'all, when we met in the lobby when y'all walked in, I was talking to Andrew Hines, and that's the one thing he called as that coach. The speed is completely different. What was it like for you?
Yeah, speed was a big adjustment. Like high school, it's not it's only a couple guys that's good. But like on the field, not everybody running fast. But on college, everybody good, everybody fast. Everybody been working the same way you've been working to get to where you are. Everybody here for a reason. So like you just see the change of the game, the speed, you had to get used to it. Just yeah.
How long? When did you think you adjusted to the speed? Like when did you how long was it? It could have been short, but it took a while.
Yeah, it took a while. It wasn't instant. Practice, it was hard. It wasn't instant at all. Like, probably like end of my freshman year is when I finally.
Wow, so almost a complete year to gain that speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's especially for you, Justin, because
you. It is. For me in high school, I was a freshman, and it started clicking like to the end of like my freshman year. I was like.
And it gets faster, right? That's it. Because you got to make split decisions, right? And adjust people and stuff like that. So, yeah, I love to hear y'all talk about the speed of the game, right? That jump. Because people, again, like I always say, I think when you get spoiled, around here because we see so many good athletes. But that speed of the game, man, it's night and day. You know what I'm saying? To see those guys out there. That's all I have on that. Back to you.
What do you look for, like, for the upcoming season? You know, I know you just transferred to Ole Miss, so, you know, but what's your goals for this season?
My goal, like stat-wise, is just like as a
Stat-wise, yeah, just stat-wise, really.
Stat-wise, over 800 yards, 7+ TDs. I'm gonna do some special team, return a couple punts, a couple kicks if I'm back there. Punch for sure. A gunner if they need me to. Like, I'm just willing to sacrifice my team. So this my goals. Yeah, my goal 800 plus 7 TDs plus TDs. Not just set on that, but a couple kicks and punt returns. Yeah, that's my goal.
Deuce, the statement you said that again we're gonna play as again. You're going into your sophomore year this year.
I was on my red shirt.
Just redshirt year. And you still saying I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I think that's what kids anybody watching this, youth athletes, a successful athlete like yourself. I mean, highly touted. I mean, I don't know how many. My wife was telling me when you hit the transfer portal, how your phone, you couldn't even. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that in a second too. But I don't want people to miss what you just said. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to help my team out to get on the field, and that's what all athletes should feel the same way, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to make it, this is a guy that, for all intents and purposes, you made it one level. Still saying I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get on the field. Let's talk about that for a second. The portal hits, right? You decide to. I already know you ain't gotta say it. Great time at Wake Forest. Thank you for everything you got there. You decided to go in the portal. What was that experience like when you enter the portal?
It was a little frustrating, honestly, it was like a little frustrating because at the time, like, guys just called me back, but it was honestly a blessing. Because I know I got a lot of guys that hit the transfer portal that wasn't getting phone calls, getting offers. They didn't have situations, they were stuck in the portal. So I just had to look at it as a blessing in disguise. And, I ended up with like 40+ offers out of the portal. It was crazy. So just hearing the guy coach, like, I don't go there, go here, come here, visit here. It was just hard breaking it down. And I entered it so late because of the situation. Yep. But I entered it very late. So a lot of teams already moved on from me. So, like, I didn't know if I was going to have any opportunities, but I ended up having some. So it was just a blessing.
Awesome. I want to ask you this. After you leaving Wake Forest, what were some of your biggest memories at Wake Forest? And I'll talk about it. We'll play one here, but what were some of your just memories from leaving that great place? Gave you your first opportunity, believed in you. What was it like, just something you remember from Wake Forest?
Yeah, like you said, I'm going to play the clip, but my first drive getting in the game, first ball coming to me was a touchdown. That's one of my biggest memories. And then just another memory is just like the relationships I built with some of the players, some of the people around the campus, teachers, coaches, things like that. Like relationships I never let go. I still talk to everybody to this day. I'm still staying in touch, still see the people. So that's just two big things.
It was so cool. Just anything you got, please ask out. But it was so cool when I went to the game. Sitting there, obviously I'm sitting there with your mom and everybody, and my wife's one of your biggest fans. I was telling she think she's you're her son too. I'm sitting there, but it was so cool to hear not us saying throw Deuce the ball, all the people around us say put Deuce in, throw him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just a fan favorite. It was just so cool to sit there and hear that, man. So it was pretty cool to see up there.
Ain't nothing like that fan support.
Yes, and you had. I mean, people could put Deuce in, you know what I'm saying? Like in the Wake Forest community. How was that being embraced by the Wake Forest community?
The community was always a big family atmosphere to me. Like, that's why I honestly decided to go there. Like, on my visit, a lot of guys knew me. A lot of people around the campus knew me. I wasn't even there yet. So I just knew, like, I'd become a fan favorite off rip. So that was just a great feeling.
Yeah, and have 40 people calling you. It had to be amazing. So before we go back, you talked about that. You talked about that moment, right? I want to watch it, right? Your dad, that biggest play, it was so cool. Like, so I still get, I don't know if you saw his first touchdown. We'll see him.
I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, but your dad, to hear him talk about it, I'm a father, right? I'm the father on the set. Y'all gonna be parents one day, and I'll put both of y'all. I know your dad, Kool-Aid, will say the same now. Tell us to both of y'all. There's nobody that wants y'all to be better than them more than your father.
Yep.
Kool-Aid wants you to be the best for, Hilt wants to be the best. So let's watch this moment when we interviewed him a few years ago. And he talked about this moment.
But you hit it pretty much in DJ's question. Can we talk about Deuce?
Yep.
One of the hardest working kids I've seen.
Look at his face.
I want to talk about, what he went through as a freshman this year, getting on the field in that process.
Yep.
And what, can we look forward to in his sophomore campaign coming up this year?
Absolutely. And so for those who don't know, my son is Deuce Alexander. And he's I guess a redshirt freshman coming up this year at Wake Forest University. Last year he was a true freshman there. And I think that what he went through as a true freshman is something that, everybody can learn from. I think he is a true example and the epitome of perseverance.
Yes.
Right? And not only perseverance, but just also a prime example of just kind of trusting the process, right? Controlling what you can and just waiting your opportunity. But when that opportunity comes, be prepared for it. And so he goes into Wake Forest University, highly talented, coming out of high school. He ended up with 30 offers coming out of high school. He chose Wake Forest. He felt like that was the best situation for him in terms of the fit, the system, the campus, the coaches, and all those things. And, just like with any other, freshmen that come into college, they want to play.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You compare like him, right?
You've been playing your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
High level.
And this is something for everybody that's out there watching. You go from a situation where maybe in Little League, you was a star, right? In middle school, you was a star. In high school, you was the star. But when you get to college, what do you think your teammates were? They were stars too, right? So now you're talking about those things that are going to separate you. Because it's no longer your talent. Everybody's talented now. That's where those things come into play. And so now, one of the things that they wanted him to do was get bigger, get stronger, right? I think he weighed 150-something pounds, right, when he first went to Wake Forest. And so they told him, like, you ain't get on the field till you get this weight, right? And so I even had a conversation with the coach. I said, Coach, you tell me if he's learning the playbook, if he's making plays, he's getting over, he's doing all these things right, y'all not going to put him on the field for a certain weight? Coach, we got to stand here. And we got to hold true to that standard. Because it's more of a safety thing and durability, and just the discipline and things that they want him to do, right? And so it was times where he got discouraged,
right? Because
as with any kid, you feel like I want to play. Why they not letting me play? I'm showing them what I can do every day on field. I'm beating them at practice. Like, Dad, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why they won't let me play on Saturdays? I said, listen to me. I saw him one time on the sideline during one of the early games. You could tell his body language started to change. Kind of pouting a little bit. Mm-hmm. You can see that. So I talked to him after the game. I said, don't you do that again. I said, because you never know who's watching, for one, right? You don't want to get put in a position where they're saying that you're uncoachable or you got a bad attitude or you're selfish or any of those things. You control your body language on the sideline. You continue to support your teammates, right? You keep a positive attitude and you keep busting your tail every day at practice. You keep putting this good stuff on field because eventually they can't ignore that. Right?
They're so good they can't ignore it.
Honest God don't lie, right? So continue to put it on film because if you check out mentally, it's gonna be one day they're gonna call your name.
Yes.
They're gonna put you in the game and you're not gonna be ready. You're gonna run the wrong route, you don't know where to line up, you're gonna drop a pass, and guess what they're gonna say? I told you.
Confirmed.
This why we put you in there. So I told him, I said, listen, control what you can. That's taking you but today. Practice every day. Go there early. Be the first one to get there, the last one to leave. Right? Get to the meeting room. Watch the extra film. Talk to the nutritionist about some things that you can eat to help you gain weight. Talk to the strength coach. Come up with a personalized plan. Right. Like do more than what's required. Right? Do all these extra things. And he did that. He just continued to work. And so happy, man. The 10th game of the season. He ain't been in all year. The 10th game of the season, they playing against North Carolina State. And NC State at this time was one of the top teams in the ACC. I think they were top 3 in the ACC. And they were winning the game. It was fourth quarter. NC State was up maybe 21-26-0 maybe, or 3 or something like that. They said, Deuce, you win. And so I can remember being in the stands. I was sitting next to my wife. And I said, Deuce in the game. She's like, huh? I said, Deuce in the game. I'm quiet, right? Because I'm like, oh, Joe, he's actually in the game now. But you got to think, 10 games, I should have been saying, man, put Deuce in the game, right? But when he finally got in, I'm like, what's up? He in, like, okay, we've been talking all this stuff. Right. And faith will have it, man.
The bear kicks in.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, man, faith will have it that he got out there and the first ball that they threw to him in his collegiate career, he caught for a touchdown.
Magnificent.
And it wasn't just like a wide open, long coverage, like a real contested catch, getting held, grab, and he dove and made the catch for the.
What do you think about that, Deuce?
He hit on a lot of it, like just the conversation we had before, like just really prepared me for that moment. Like I remember our conversation about him saying me on the side of my body language changing. It really changed my perspective on things, saying like you never know who's watching, the eye in the sky never lie. So just changing that and then like just preparing myself, like going in every day, ask for extra help, extra work, like I said, like let them see you trying. So me going in, I feel like that helped them be like, okay, let's forget it. Let's just see what Deuce can do. Just put me in the game. I was like, when they put me up,
were you nervous?
It was 24-0.
Because I know y'all stayed together, right? Receivers, you stayed next to the.
Yeah.
Who do you stay next to? The receiver coach or the play caller? When you're on the sideline.
On the sideline.
Yeah.
The coach.
The coach. Okay, so what are you thinking when he yells your name?
They actually the drive just ended and like all the starters on the sideline frustrated or whatever, and I'm just sitting there like, dang, them boy good. It's 24-0. And they said, Deuce, you in the game? Huh? Deuce, come on. I'm seeing all my starters, all my friends stuff go out there and like
can't do it right.
Can't do nothing. Like so now I'm like, dang, what I'm gonna do then? It just so happened to be like my first target was actually a contested catch for a touchdown. I went crazy. Like the moment, like it was amazing. Like, I just ran across the whole end zone, and we ended up going for 2. My coach was like, dude, what are you doing? Get back in the game. I had to run back on the field, but yeah, it was just a great moment. Yeah.
Dream come true moment.
Come true.
I mean,
how much did like that boost your confidence?
Man, I was ready to. I was like, all right, coach, start the game. Like, come on, you see what I can do now? Let's go. I'm ready. And we played Notre Dame next week. And honestly, they built the package for me, and I started in that package. So I played a lot that game. I had another catch that game. So like, it just built my confidence all the way up. For sure.
But I think to your point though, so many people got to get is what your dad said. Do the right thing. Be ready when you're called on. Because that's it, dude. You don't catch that pass, who knows where you at in the lineup? You know what I'm saying? Like you only get one shot at that level, right? And that one shot showed him choosing. That, like you said, it wasn't just no routine catch. Should have been a pass interference. I felt like he was holding your arm, and it was a tough catch. But I told your dad, for me, I seen you made that type of catch 50 times on over at Anderson Park. You know what I'm saying? Over in the grass. So it wasn't even a shock to me. I expected you to catch that, and not that because I've seen you put in the work, and that's routine for what you do. So super cool moment, dream come true moment to live your dream out. And that started the Deuces loose over there in Wake Forest. Anything you got on that, Justin?
I want to experience that.
Right, let's go. It's coming for you. It's coming for you.
How much important like being in the weight room, like in college? 'Cause I know high school, you know, that was important to you because you were trying to gain weight. But how important is it like at the collegiate level?
It's different from high school and college for sure. Like in high school, I'm thinking like I'm faster than everybody. I'm not gonna get hit. I'm not gonna let him touch me. College, it's different. Like it's a big difference because the playbook, like the personnel changes around. I came in, like he said, 150 pounds, and I ended up like after my freshman season, I was like 160 something. And like, dude, we're not putting you in the game at this weight. You're not gonna be able to last. You're not gonna be able to survive in the game. I'm not listening to them thinking nothing but like practice. We went live one period. I got hit so hard, I'm hurt. I need to push right. And the next year coming up, I got to like the 70s. And they still told me, like I was told multiple times that season, like I'm not gonna make it past 4 games because of my weight. They always want me to play at 180s, one high and 180s, and I could never get there because like I'm 19 years old. Like my frame is big. When I'm 19 years old, y'all try to rush me into something I'm gonna be later on, and like so I always told him like he said, like don't give them nothing to tell, like I proved them right. I don't want to say I proved them, like I mean say they told you so.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I pride myself in that. I don't want nobody to say that. So like just gain weight, put on the weight, like okay, I'm gonna show them like think I can't last. So I ended up playing 12 games that season. So like yeah, weight is big. So yeah.
How much weight now?
Probably still 170. Yeah.
But a chisel 170. You got muscle.
Yeah,
they just say that.
Like that folks gotta realize like you ain't gotta be like big, like bro, you strong, but like you gonna be straight. The people tell me that like I'm 190, they're like, bro, you don't look like you 190.
You don't.
I live weight, man. Take it serious. So it's just something like you gotta love. Like you gotta love the weight room.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell my teammate that all the time. Like, bro, you gotta love the weight room. Like, don't be doing all that playing on none of that because it's gonna show on Friday. Yeah. That's one thing my coach said. He said it's gonna show on Friday. So
the biggest evaluation is on Fridays when somebody else one-on-one with you. What was it like just getting that first jam or that first? I know they're hitting practice, but you can feel that's because there's people that's gonna be there 4 or 5 years. There's fifth-year seniors and guys that just weigh more. A linebacker or safety weighing 220. What was that like being grabbed up by some of those guys?
I ain't want it to happen again. I pride myself when I let it happen again. I'm like, oh nah, you can touch me no more. And like you can tell, like it's a big difference. Like you said, I'm playing with grown men. I came in at 17 years old. I was 17 years old that whole season. Like just playing, like practicing with them guys, like older guys. Like I was getting manhandled a little bit. So I'm like, nah, I can't let this happen no more.
So now we transition, right? let's talk about the portal a little bit. 40 plus offers, a lot of attention. Dreams are coming true, right? This is what you thought about as a little boy back with the Vikings at that time. You talked about what you're looking for at Ole Miss. What made you choose Ole Miss? And nothing financial, just what did you offense? What made you choose Ole Miss?
Definitely the offense for sure. That was like played a big part. Like air raid, the coach. Coach Kiffin, he was the offense coordinator, so he being an offense.
One of the best.
Mm-hmm. Coach Wise, he's a young OC, but his mind is crazy. Like he's very smart. The quarterback is a quarterback. Austin, we in the same grade, played baseball, football. We talked a lot throughout the process. Just wanted to play with him, like score a touchdown, get past with him. Like that excited me. And just the guys in the room, they kind of like welcomed me, even though I didn't commit yet on a visit. Like they welcomed me there. Like a guy named Caden Lee from Georgia. We didn't really know something mutual, but he came to the dinner and stuff. We were just talking. Like they just made me feel like I was at home. So that made me help my decision.
I think I saw the number. What number are you going to wear in?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't know. Okay, still working out.
Yeah, still working out.
Yeah, how did it work out like in college? Because I know at my school we got to work for single digits. I didn't get my single digits like this past year. How did it work like in college?
It works like different ways, different programs. Like I know at Wake Forest, like they went like who was there the longest, and like who doing this and who doing that right now. If you come in, you're not gonna get number 2, number 1, things like that. You gotta earn your number. So like we had a slogan called Earn It. So
yeah, that's how it is in my school.
Yeah,
you gotta earn single digits. So I mean, my freshman year I had 12. From rec ball all the way up, I always wore number 2. So that's just something like different.
Got it. Deuce. So now we had Ole Miss. Looking forward to a great, healthy season. We're definitely gonna catch a game down there this year. Let's talk about it. We watch. One of the things as a parent I always like to do is I always ask kids, right? Because I think it's important to let your parent. We don't get to hear it often. Your dad Kool-Aid don't get to hear what you think about him. Your mom. Tell me what your dad has meant to you, right? He rolled something to you right here, but for you, your camera, what has your dad meant to your journey? Just not even just football, but just you as a man. What has your dad meant to you?
Just being there for me my whole life. Like there's not that many dads like that in this world. Like you, like my dad. Like just being there for their kid. He's my biggest fan, my biggest critic. Like he never lets me let off the gas. He always like pushing me to be what I want to be. Like I told him I want to be to the NFL. Like okay, I'm gonna push you. Like you want to go to the NFL. Like you're gonna be there. Like I'm not gonna let off on you. So just being there, like, mean the world to me, just being there for me, like, having my back, number 1 fan.
Love it. What about you? What's that meant to you?
He means a lot. He do everything, You were just in the car just talking about, NIL deals and we just talking, like, in the future, like, how it's going to be. He been pushing me since I was young. I remember when I first started playing football, we in the living room, the sofa, like, he with the helmets and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. I think like when I was 4 years old, or like 3, something like that. Like my mama tell you. But my dad, he put me in full equipment. We went outside in the front yard, hit a big dummy, had me hold the football, ran full speed, and boom. So I started crying and stuff. Like, did it hurt? Nope. What you crying for then? Yeah. So I got up there. I've never been afraid of contact, so I just can thank him for that. Like I'm not afraid to get hit now. So.
First time I wanted to quit. I'm like, I got hit hard. I said, I don't want to do this no more. I was about 4 years old. Went to my dad, who like, you ready? You want me to take the helmet back? Let him crazy. I was like, nah, I ain't ready. Ever since then, man, I just took off. So I'm just trying to get where he at right now. Don't take a lot though.
Shout outs to all the dads that's out there. Kool-Aid, Hilton, there's many of dads, right, that are out there, with their kids, grinding. So shout out to all the pops that's doing a great job. Let's talk about your biggest fan, your mom, right? I know your dad's a big fan, but I know you and your mom are super close. What does your mom mean to you?
Yeah, that's my dog. My mom, my best friend. Like, coming up, she was there for me throughout the way, pushed me academically wise and football wise, but she never let off on academics. So like I feel like without her, I wouldn't be where I am today because I kind of let off the gas sometimes, but she wouldn't let me. She stayed on me. And like you said, she's my number 1 fan. She's there at every game. I don't think she ever missed a game. She travels for me anytime. Like anytime I say I'm homesick, get home cook meal, come cook with me, kick it with me, and we hang. That's just my dog, though.
Well, before I let you go, I want to read this to him. She told me to tell you this. It's been such an honor watching you turn into the man that you're becoming. God couldn't have picked a better son for me, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. You're a favorite son. So your favorite son. Your dad told me, tell him always remember your path, what you talked about, your path. God would have it no other way. Embrace it and continue to keep the main thing. Two amazing parents, man, that's helped you out through your journey. And I'm looking forward to continue seeing you. I'm gonna give you the opportunity. Ebony, what does your mom ever mean to you? I had the opportunity to meet her.
Yeah.
What does your mom mean to you?
It means everything to me. You know, that's like, say, what Deuce said, that's like a dog. You know, care academically, push me academically, football academically. We were just talking like last week, like about the goals for this upcoming season. So, you know, I can talk to her about anything, especially football. You know, certain kids can't talk to their parents about like sports when they not like on the field. And
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
So for me to be able to talk to my parents about that, like it feels good. You know, sometimes I might not want to hear it, sometimes I want to hear it. So it's just you always gotta take like the little stuff really, because like you don't get that back.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more, man. Cherish your parents, especially the ones that's still around, because you know the way this world's going now, and love what their parents are doing for you. Do so. We getting ready to wrap this up. A couple of quick things, man. Let's talk future. If I had a draft pick today, what team would you want to go to? Just some hypotheticals, right? don't say the Falcons, please.
I know you're a Saints fan. Nah, that, but Atlanta Falcons, I'm gonna stay home.
You stay at home with the home team, Atlanta Falcons. What about you, Jay? I know you're not a Falcons fan, but
I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'd love to get drafted there.
Baltimore fans, I always ask this. We used to do a quick fire real quick. Defense you hate to see. What's the coverage you'd rather not see on the field?
Coverage. Anything zone. I love, man, like one-on-one, like that's what I live for. One-on-one matchup. Win my matchup, win my battles. I hate zone. Cover two to be exact too.
And just for people that may watch this understand why you don't like a zone. What does a zone take away?
The zone takes away anything deep. It takes away a lot. If they play it right, it takes away a lot.
And it dictates where the quarterback's
yeah, exactly.
pretty much go where you want to throw the ball.
Like they take away one thing, okay, you're not looking at me no more.
Right, he got to go to his next read. Next read quick.
We only got a certain amount of seconds to get that ball.
What was the play? Do you remember the play call when you scored your touchdown? What was the
first one?
Yeah.
It was Liz. No, it was actually like an inside zone, like winner who was in Liz, and it went cover zero, so he checked it to nickel, like it's a cover zero route. I really got a fade, corner, or post, and then his leverage was inside, so I took the fade.
Yeah, how that is at Wake Forest, you know, they got that little
mesh.
Yeah, that mesh, like they walk the running back, like he like RPO, but he walk it. Like that's one thing I like to see. I like that offense.
You got to be running right, because I've seen a lot of fumbles. I think that led we had a fumble in that game.
Yeah.
But how is it though?
How is it? Like, I know it's time. I know it's lots of time.
Yeah. But it honestly like helps the receivers because like this time like it draws the defense up and you got more time to get open, got more time to work your thing. But something like to get fan the curse honestly because sometimes you don't need that much time.
Yes,
you need the ball now, but yeah, honestly, like you take that much time, you don't get it. But that might have been our last time seeing it because coach staff changed, new offensive coordinator, so yeah, it's probably
Deuce,
now.
For Justin. Could you talk about, I saw you, I just happened to be in the gym with y'all working out. I think that was you, the receivers. I don't know if it was quarterback. Just talk about the relationship that for him that he needs to have with his receivers. What are some things that you saw that the quarterback did well with you that maybe he can put in this toolbox to start now that quarterbacks can do to help out receivers? But that's an important relationship.
Don't just make it all about football. Like I say, build a relationship outside of football, like off the field and on the field. Like that help y'all come together more. Just spending time with your receivers, just spending time with like the offensive line too, even that. Like just spend time with your guys. Don't just make it about football because you can't have trust on the field if you can't trust them off the field. So I say spend time with them.
Yeah, appreciate that. Most definitely. What's one tip like you would tell like my receivers? I know you just told me about, with QB, the wide receiver, the whole line, but like what's one tip you tell? I can tell my receivers though.
Train. Like it's not gonna come. Like everything's not gonna come to you. Like it's just not. Some guys it's natural. Some guys it's not. But even if like you gotta train, like your natural talent ain't gonna get you there all the time. You're not gonna get past on there all the time. So just train. Break down coverages. Like that's what I tell receivers. You just go out there. If you break down coverages, learn coverages, like you'll be able to react and play faster. So that's another thing I tell them.
Appreciate it.
As I get you out of here on this. What does the fan base at Ole Miss got to look forward to? What are they getting when they get whatever number you don down there in high toddy? What do the fans got to look forward to? What are they getting?
Touchdown.
What are they getting from a person?
But from a person though, just a humble kid. I'm very quiet, but I'm humble. Like on the football field, I'm a different person, but off the field, I'm gonna do a lot of community things so you can get a big guy. a big community guy, like just helping out with younger guys or like helping young guys, teaching other guys, like just being a fan favorite.
And Deuce, absolutely, I wrote on one of the posts I saw you. I'm like, that's what they're getting. They're gonna love having Deuce Alexander down there in Ole Miss. Real quick, I think I don't know if you talk about it or not. One of your ideas, you were supposed to be signing something, some cards or something. I think is. How was that? If you could, I don't know if you can, don't if you can. How was that experience?
Oh my god!
but before you talk about the experience, did you ever thought you would be writing, signing autographs like Deuce Alexander? You ever? I mean, that's a dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you signing your cards and tell us about that.
I got a deal coming soon. It's gonna come out soon, but they sent me some stickers. It was like 600 stickers I had to sign by a certain amount of time, and like just doing them. I don't want to do this no more. And then thought came to my mind, like my dad FaceTime once I used with Tyreek Hill. And he signed a $1 million deal to do like a whole bunch of signature jerseys, helmets. I'm like, okay, I want to get here. Like I'm doing this, but one day it'll be like his. I'm like, okay, now I gotta embrace it. I gotta get this done, get out of the way. So yeah, just like, use my resources and seeing him doing it, I'm like, I can do it too.
Are you living your dream?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's pretty cool to see. Well, Deuce, man, there's been Jay. If you got anything, we'll get Deuce out here. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to do if we get him out here?
Good, man. That was a good one.
Deuce, well, man, listen, we're rooting for you. I'm gonna go Louisiana, everything. LSU. I wish they would have came after you. But I guess I'm an Ole Miss fan too now, so we've been taking a trip down to Ole Miss. I'm glad to know it's closer in 4 hours. So once you get that numbers worked out, I'll be calling you. I'll be going online and ordering me a whatever number it is. Ole Miss jersey. I probably won't wear it just because I'm an LSU guy. But we're definitely probably going to frame it and put it on the wall. So one last thing, you got one more autograph to sign. So what we're going to start doing, just for you too, is I want you to sign your name on that board. It's chalk. So we want to be able to just keep everybody that's ever came through here, and we look back and we got Deuce Alexander signature on here. So before we get out here, guys, thank you for another great episode. Thank Deuce so much for coming, stopping by, Justin for stopping by with us. Make sure you follow us on all social media sites, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you get your social media at. Sports Told by You. How do they find you, Jake?
You can find me at _JYMONEY_2 on Instagram.
And Deuce, how do they find you?
Instagram is Deuce2 2 underscores.
Deuce, any important advice you want to say to anybody before we get out of here? You got the closing remarks.
Hey, just keep going, man. Don't let nobody tell you can't do anything. Just believe in yourself, believe in your work, believe in your preparation. Just keep going.
That's a wrap. Peace.